Hello everybody and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival Reforged in Field Trials. My name is Mike Tannick and today we are going to do the hover vessel field trials. Now there were a lot of submissions, guys, and unfortunately I could not get them all. I felt that 6 hover vessels was probably the limit, and they are a diverse set. We do have multi-purpose hover vessels here today, so again, to let you know the conditions were in here, this is actually a Reforged Eden starter planet, and it's a snow starter, so all conditions are true to what they will be in the playthrough. And I parked this thing backwards. That's okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first two are different versions of the same one. These were both submitted by Little Groot, and we have the Ghetto Blasta and the Ghetto Blasta Mark II. Now the Ghetto Blasta, in and of itself, what I had to do, and I should have done this for the SV trials, is bring them up to compliance, CPU-wise, so that we can actually get a feel for how they're supposed to handle in roughly the same conditions as the builder intended. So for the Ghetto Blaster 1 and 2, for this one, I had to add a basic CPU extender to bring it into compliance, and for the Mark II, I had to add an improved CPU extender to bring it into compliance. Now, having a look at it around the outside, you can tell it's made by the same builder as the SV that we had yesterday. It's very similar in design and coloring scheme. It looks like we have 2 regular small thrusters all around. Let me make sure that's correct. Medium enclosed thruster. Good. We also have 2 more kind of hidden here. That's very clever. So we got some left to right thrusts. And because of the fact that this thing is so slim, I would definitely count on it to be able to have some movement, especially some left and right movement, in case you run into trouble, especially drones with homing missiles and such. For armaments, it does have 2 Gatling cannons as well as a harvester module. So let's take this thing out and kind of put it through some paces here. Now I'll show you where I positioned us. Right down here is that same Xerax hell that we saw on the SV trials. So let's see. Turning isn't bad. It's not bad, but let's go ahead and get a sense for it. First things first, let's look at the CPU. With my modifications, it is up to 100%. It consumes 9,500 CPU. To build, relatively inexpensive. The most you're going to be out on right here is iron. And you are going to need a small bit of titanium and cobalt, easily obtainable from any wrecks or POIs and such. So let's go ahead and reload these babies. And of course, yes, it does have a detector on it as well. So let's go ahead. How far away is that? There is all the trouble. So left to right, the movement is pretty crisp. You see that? That is actually very good in a hover vessel for the, for this size and for what we're putting into it. The forward speed leaves a bit to be desired. Let's see how she handles on a hill. Yeah, with a little bit of wiggling, you could make it happen. Yeah, so, like, it's not the worst. Something like this, it would have to have a little more forward thrust for me to consider it as a light scout. That's what I would like to see. And the other bit about it, guys, that I noticed that I have to critique, well, it has 2 Gatling cannons. It only has 100 storage. So it's not a ammo controller, it's a small ammo box, and there's 2 of them, which equals 1,000 rounds each, which 2,000 rounds for 2 GATs, that can go real quick, depending on what you're trying to do. Like, if you're just scouting, it's fine, but with this one, with Reforged Eden being what it is, you can see here, if you run into a hill, you're kind of in trouble. In fact, you're in a lot of trouble. But, yeah, let's see how she does up against a drone. There's a plasma drone right here. What's the range on this? 266. Okay, so let's try to close that distance and use our maneuverability to down this thing. There we go. We are landing some hits, but man, look at the drone movement now. It is a lot more crisp. They move a lot faster. Come on. I aim like badly. Ow, ow, not in the face. Okay. I'm just wasting rounds here. Trying to get you. Man, that drone is a lot tougher than they used to be. I know I'm landing hits on it. Can't hit me, can't hit me. Come on, just let me down this one. Just let me down this one. Okay. Okay, no, that is not working. Oh my god. Yeah, I love Reforged Eden. Look at all this droniness. Oh god, there's 2 of them on my tail, no wonder. Yep, landing hits, landing hits. So she's actually holding up in this prolonged engagement. There we go. There we go. I would leave this one to the wolves, but I'm actually very proud of how the Mark I handled itself here. Had I been actually using its maneuverability properly, I might have gotten away with a lot fewer hits. So I am happy with that. So let's go ahead and park her somewhere far, far away. Where are we? There we go. So, not bad for the Mark I. Let's see what we have in the Mark II, however. Now, the difference between the Mark I and the Mark II is this, guys. Unless I'm wrong, there may be more, but it has 2 Gatling turrets. And the problem with that, besides the drain on the CPU, is that there isn't extended ammunition storage. It's the same thing. It's just 200 storage for each. So, you know, with those, first of all, you have to make sure that your turrets are set only to what you want them to hit. And 2, you want to make sure that you pack some extra ammo, because in here, there are 2 regular small storage boxes with 250 each. So if you wanted to do some light looting, that would be a viable option. But let's go ahead and see about going up against that second plasma drone here. Oh, hi! Okay, and again, the turrets are not... are not really responding. Maneuverability-wise, it is much the same as the Mark I. But this thing would obviously chew through... Oh boy. Chew through a lot more ammunition. So let's see if we can get within range of that plasma drone and see how long our ammunition lasts. Well, actually, what is a convoy? Oh, that is a convoy. Come on, guys. Are they shooting? They are not shooting. Okay. They are not shooting. Oop, oop, oop. Let's go ahead and make sure. Let's make absolute sure that they are set to destroy what I want them to destroy. Minigun turret. They are not grouped. Okay, so that is an issue. They absolutely should be grouped. And that way we can give them a little more specific directions. Okay. And minigun turret, add to last group. Alright. So, let's see. Predator, prey, NPC factions. Okay. Alright, well these guys are obviously our enemy, so can we please, guys? Okay, it looks like they are now firing, but at what? I don't know. So, this is a downed convoy that they're not... They're shooting at something. Ow. Okay, there's a lot of 0x ground troops. That's what's going on. And are they firing, though? They do not seem to be. Okay, yeah, now they are. Now they're firing. Come on. Target acquisition is still a problem. There we go. Get them. One of you seems to be firing. Ugh, okay. Yeah, our turrets, well, we can't, maybe this is it. Okay, so they are firing. And man, those turrets are tough. Those turrets are real tough. In fact, I would have to count. Okay, we blew up part of something there. And there's the drone. Not sure that my turrets are really carrying their weight here. Come on, come on, come on. Down it, down it, downed it. Alright, good. Alright. Get out of the way. Excuse me. Oh my god, there's a Xerox crawling everywhere. Come on, get it. That thing is like... that thing requires explosives. And they're not kidding about defending their convoy, are they? Come on, get down, get down. Yep. One thing about this mod is they did actually weaken the HP of the ground troops. So they're not as bullet spongy, which I really like. Because taking 12.7 millimeter... Okay, you're just going to respawn then. Oh god. Do we have turrets anymore? Okay, they are now firing. This thing can take quite a beating from these lasers. I'm actually impressed. Oh, I'm not able to fire right now. Why? What happened this time? Did they blow up? Did they blow up my CPU? No. Not sure why I can't fire. Let's go ahead, swap out here. Blong. No, I can't fire. Alright, well, that's an issue. Did I turn... No, they're turned on. Okay, well, that's definitely an issue. Ow. Ow, not in the face! Not in the face! Not in the face. Alright, well, again, let's go ahead and park this. That is interesting. I'm not sure if I'm missing something or what. Vermilion, if you see this, perhaps you could set me straight. I'm gonna leave this thing here. You guys have fun with that. I'm just gonna leave that there. Whew. Yeah, we don't have time for that. Alright, so, guys, with the extra CPU, I would actually likely take the Ghetto Blaster Mark 1 over the Mark 2, for all the reasons I stated before. Next, we have the Arctic Hunter from Teokari. In fact, both of these next builds are from Teokari, so we have 2 builds, each by 2 players. Now, this thing, obviously, it's a light scout. I like it. It is CPU compliant without me having to fiddle with it. It's just under 5,000. Devices, very simple. It's got a fridge, fuel tank, generator, hangar shutter door, O2 tank. Equipment, what do you have here? Detector and wireless. Not bad. Not bad at all for a scout. Ammunition controller. It has 645 storage, which is pretty good, and 1,500 storage, which is also really impressive given this thing's size. I mean, look at it. So I'm guessing, let's have a look actually, I'm guessing it is made mostly of plastic and containers, which is fine if that's what you're using it for. Yep, we got, okay, steel blocks. There's the shutter door for the ammo. Yeah, it's steel blocks all around, so the... Okay, well, there's the container extensions up here. And probably inside as well. Very efficient use of a little bit of space. I like it, so... You know, for this one, I could see it as a scout. Or actually, this is an SV, guys. This is definitely an SV. Isn't it? No. No, it's not. But it handles like one. I thought I spawned in the wrong thing here for a second. That is interesting. So, yeah, this thing, it's got moves, guys. It's definitely got moves. So who just fired at us? Let's see. Left to right. Let's do the left to right test. Very crisp, very clean. Likely owing to its lightweight. Let's give it the hill test. One of the reasons I kind of started this here. Going up and over. Let's hoop. Okay, then. I don't even see. Where is the rear thrust on this thing? Oh, it doesn't have it. It has the, not the thrusters. The hover... Come on. Hover boosters. Hover engines. Okay. What? Who's banging? Oh, wow. Oh, that's ours. That is one of ours. That is really long range. So this thing I am not going to take into combat. Let's see how it does with a little bit of weight to fill that space. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get something that's heavy. Let's see, what is heavy? These are pretty heavy. Mass, 75 kilograms. Yeah, this is heavy stuff. So let's go ahead and do this. Let me weigh it down. See how it does with this small amount of space. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't. Okay, so let's do this. Halfsies, 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 halfsies. Okay. What does that do for you? Okay, we're at 9.75 tons, and we just hit the ground. Let's take it to 10 tons. And we are not moving. So what is, I wonder, sorry guys, now I'm just curious, what is the maximum tonnage of this thing? So let's do this. Let's take it up to 3 tons and see how it does. See, we're already hugging the ground here. Yeah, we're struggling. We are struggling, but we're moving. We're actually moving quite well. Let's see how we do. I forgot that they brought back the hover boosters for that little jump that I really miss. Hoop. Yep. I would say, guys, 3 tons is probably the max you could carry in here, loot-wise. Now, volume-wise, I mean, if you're looting, you know, weapons, armor, all that kind of stuff, that's fine. But, yeah, 3 tons is about the max for this, so I am pleased. And not to mention, we are carrying the weight of the ammunition as well, which isn't much. The ammo doesn't weigh much. Yeah, 608 kilograms, that's nothing. I'm curious. 4 tons. Let's do 3.5 tons. There we go. There we go. 3.5 tons. How are we moving now? Noticeably slower. Boost. Oh, that didn't really do much for us. Okay, so 3.5 tons you could, but I wouldn't recommend if there's any sort of deviation in the terrain, such as that hill right there. Oh, come on, I got this. See, now it's the challenge of it. I have to do it. Made it. Okay, come on, let's wiggle. We did it. King of the hill here. Look at that. I'm impressed with the use of space and the ability to carry at least 3.5 tons. Beautiful job. Bravo. Thank you, Teokari. And let's get to your next one. This, guys, is called the Mobile Outpost, and honestly, it is what it says it is. What I had to do to bring it in compliance... Sorry, that was loud. What I had to do to bring it in compliance with Reforged Eden, I had to add 2 improved CPU extenders. Just because this thing is so loaded with goods. And even then, we're only at 94%, but I thought that would be fine. We can do that. Let's turn the shield on. Lights, turrets, weapons. And this, you can see it not only has the GATs, but it does have the 130mm precision-guided SAMs. Very, very useful. It does have some signal logic here, including outside lights. You can switch on and off minigun turrets, missile turrets, stabilizers, hover system, signal flares. Very comprehensive. The devices, it has tons of stuff, as well as some instructions here, guidance on what's what. You can see constructor. What's back here? We got the fuel tanks. We got the polarized hull shield. Great use of space. I hope that's armored though. Steel block. It's regular steel block. If it were me, I'd probably up that to be hardened steel, at least along the sides, because I could see this going poorly if you get hit. Now, at least the fuel is divvied up, it seems to be. We got O2 station, armor lockers, fridges. Healy-Doo station, I love it. O2, very nice. Clone chamber, which, you know, as of an update or two ago, all you need is the medical station, but hey, you could take this out for extra CPU. In fact, let's do that. Where are we at? 41.5K. Let's, oh yeah, shield. Oopsie. Let's take the shield down. So what does that do for us? Okay, we're still at 94%. So that really doesn't make a huge difference, but style-wise, I love it. I absolutely love it. You got some room for friends here. Lots of friends. You could carry our, Jesus, your entire squad here. Just looking at the front, I would probably harden these up. I mean, it looks like it could be a small CV. Not to mention, I didn't even get to this, guys. Look at this. Laser drills all around, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, would I use it for mining out a regular deposit on flat terrain? Probably not, because typically this is where we would run into trouble from about here onward. It's too long. You would not be able to necessarily maneuver it unless you were just really good at it. But burrowing through mountains, such as the one ahead, that is something I'd be willing to do. Now, again, this does not have any manual weaponry, but with what's on it, you don't necessarily need that. Do you? Let's go ahead and shut this. Let's button up. Let's button this thing up. I'll shut you. I'll shut you. No. Do not want to sit. Hey, I saw that. I would love to be able to build this thing starting out. That would be great, but let's look at the build cost. It's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be quite a bit, I can already tell. Stats. Yeah, okay, lots. Almost 5,000 carbon substrates, 2,000 silicon, 3,200 iron, list goes on. And you need some rares as well. Somewhat rares. Yeah, you need Zascosium, a Restrum. This would be a mid-game HV if you wanted to drop this thing, say, off of a CV onto a planet, and you wanted to do some long-term exploring / set up a base. This would be a great way to start that up. Colonizing a new planet. This would be perfect for that. Oh, and the drone hatch. So let's give her a whirl. Ooh. She runs heavy, guys, and there's a max speed of 26 meters a second. Good stopping power. 18 meters a second in reverse. How's our left to right game? Yeah, this thing, it's not built for fire and maneuver, clearly. It's built for, I would say, colonizing and digging a big giant hole in the earth, which you could do. And this is why I like it, because with this, you could definitely build yourself an underground base starting out. And you have the constructor in here to help you out. I forgot to do the Shift O. There we go. Shift O. So yeah, we could burrow straight through. Okay, we've identified a problem. That's good. This is why we have field trials. Yeah, with all of these firing off at once, that's definitely going to overload the generators. And because it has different values in Reforged Eden. But yeah, if I wanted to burrow in, start to make a mountain base, this would be amazing. And there's two ways we could address that problem. We could either A, add another generator, but I think what would be most efficient to do would be to probably... Let's get rid of even one of the lasers and see what that does for us. Yep, sorry. Shield down. And I love that it has a shield. So if you're off doing something else and you leave this bugger, you have some time to get back to it before it takes any damage. Shield's up. Is the shield turning on? It should be. Alright. And yes. Okay, maybe let's wait while the shield charges up. Okay, there we go. Now, what does that do for us? We're still over the power usage by 0.1%, sometimes 0.7 if we're moving at the same time. So, yeah, either what you could do here, I want to fix this. I want to see what we could do to kind of fix this. So if, let's say, for example, let's take the shield down. Let's say we did this. We take these off. And we do something like this. And it might look goofy. I want to make sure that it works, though. No, don't do that. There we go. One there. And plonk one in there. So now we're down to 4 lasers. And I wanted them around the outside to see if that will actually be effective at mining. Okay, now, see, the center part leaves a lot to be desired, and this thing is so wide that maneuvering would be an issue. So, there's a couple ways you could attack this. You could just slap another small generator in back, and still probably you'd still be over the CPU limit. Well, actually not now, since we took some of the lasers down. But you could reconfigure the lasers, add another generator. There are ways to overcome it. Now, most important part, let's see what happens if you run into trouble. Let's get this thing over the hill if we can first. Whoop-dee. Come on, you got it. You can do this. You were born for this. You were born for this. Come on. Come on, get that nose up. There we go. Up and over. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see how she handles herself. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. Did not want to fall down in that madness. Nose is up. Burning some serious fuel to do this, but we're doing it. Oh, 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 can't get me. Alright. So let's go up against this convoy. Let's see how you guys do. What are you shooting at? Oh, yes, the drone. Bam! That drone is now down. Okay, the shield's just melted. And we are now taking fire. I am really confused as to why they refuse to target. Okay, well, they are targeting the laser, but target it gooder. Okay, so you would have to rotate. Do the rotation. Okay, yeah, it's downing drones quite well. I'm not sure why you refuse to attack the lasers. That is going to piss me off to no end. They're firing at something way over their head. Probably there's a Xerax trooper up there. But yeah, and it's really frustrating because of the fact we cannot... we don't have any manual weapons, so... We're just gonna carry on our merry way. Oh, it's the Ice Storm defense you're taking on. The Ice Storm defense, well... And now you're not shooting the thing closest to you? Okay, there goes some of our fuel tanks, guys. That's what I was saying about, oh boy. Yeah, about the hardened steel on the outside. Why, I wouldn't be crazy enough to do something like this, without that. Can we burrow under you? I'm burrowing under you, and you can't stop me. Come on, come on. No, no, not like this. Not like this. Not like this. I can burrow. You shot off one of my lasers, you bastards. Okay, well... She's going down heroically. I don't know what you're shooting at. But if I got out, I'd be like, oh my god, I made it. I can't believe I made it. I mean, whoop. Oh, hi. Have a kablammy. See, now I've just gone off the rails again. Okay, so. Oh, that is the Mobile Outpost, guys. And, you could do a lot of fun stuff with that. I'm already... yeah, you could have a lot of fun with that one. Okay, where... Let's see here. Ah, yes, this is where we're supposed to be. 2 left, guys. 2 left. That is not it. How the hell did I get lost in God mode? Ridiculous. I could have swore I left our SVs around here somewhere. Oh, it's doing that thing again. Doing that thing again. Where it takes the waypoint and places it somewhere where it is not. There we go. Okay, let's get to the last 2. So I've been going off the rails, just doing stupid things, guys. Okay, next we have the Purg HV level 10 Reforged, and this was given to us by Old Timers Gaming. Old Timers Gaming, they have their very own channel. They submitted this today, actually, and it's within enough tolerance of the CPU limits where I did not modify it. 88% is not bad. I felt that adding any CPU to it would kind of defeat what the builders were going for in this, and that is a very inexpensive light starter HV, and that has guns to boot. Looking around the outside here, we got the hover boosters. We have some thrusters, and it looks like it's going to have good left to right thrust. I should put the explosives away, Mike. And look at this, medium thruster, small forward thrusters. For its size, it's packing a lot of thrust, and I like that. It's very narrow design. On the side here, what do we got? We got the trauma station, health station. We got 2 GATs and a harvester module. Now, again, let's look at the stats on this. Very cheap to build. Just iron, silicon. You need some titanium, 75 titanium, which can be easily scavenged off of Rex, CV Rex likely. Carbon substrate, yeah, that's easy. Copper ingot, 283. So this thing is quite economical, and I have to say, let's do the left to right, which is up to 22 meters a second. Very crisp stop. Let's see, let's count it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so about 3 seconds to stop at full speed, but if you're really trying to maneuver, it has get up and go. Those thrusters in back, if you go nose up and drive correctly, yeah, those things, I like it. So this thing could be a rapid scout. And also, since it does have the harvester module, you know, you run into nonsense like this, you can just kind of eat your way through, I think. Huh. Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. I think what is wrong there, guys, is that the GATs are in the way. So if we turn off those, does that put them away? Yeah, okay, so you put the turrets away, and that would be a whole lot easier. Okay. Not bad. Because if you're trying to, like, plow your way through a forest anyway, you're probably not doing much shooting. But, again, it does have how much ammunition storage are we looking at here? 265, or 625, I'm sorry, which is a good amount. You could actually fill this thing up quite a bit. That is a lot of ammunition. Harvest controller, it does not have any other regular storage. You could use the fridge. I mean, you could use the harvest controller as well. There's 2,891. So this thing is a good logger, guys. If you needed a lot of wood really fast, this thing would be your best bet. And especially just getting around, maneuvering through the forest, it being narrow is actually quite helpful. So you're not getting as caught on rocks and things of that nature. Wow, it takes a lot longer in this mod to get these trees down. So I like this, guys. This is something that I would actually use early on. Now, again, I'm going to be starting on a planet with no factory, but if I set down somewhere, had nothing, and I needed a quick way to get around, yeah, I think this would be the one, guys. This is a strong candidate. Again, not built for combat, wouldn't take it to combat. One thing I might do, though, let's have a look. Which is something I like to do with all my crafts, is just make sure it's an armored cockpit. And this one is not. But if we wanted to upgrade it, what would we need? Quite a bit. We need cobalt alloy, titanium plates, computers. Computers? Well, I question your everything on that one. Why do I need a computer for armor? I don't know. They know better than me. But yes, strong candidate for the Scout / Harvester. That is awesome. I enjoy that bigly. Alright, and last but not least, guys, we have the RDV Rover. And this was submitted... Let me make sure I'm right. RDV... Hover. I'm sorry. Submitted by Wrestler45. One of Wrestler45's first builds, which... just on physical inspection of the outside... Not bad at all. Better than anything I've ever built, ever. What do we got back here? We got harvest controller, fridge. We got access. Okay, there is the med bay. O2, right? Yep, O2. Not bad at all. Cockpits. Armored cockpits. My man. Okay. Now, this thing has 4 turrets, 2 Gatling guns, and a harvester module. And I like that he was mindful of the placement of the GATs so that they are even with the harvester module, so you're not sitting there wondering why you're not cutting down trees. Let's have a look at the CPU limits. Now, here is an issue, guys, identified, and 59% CPU efficiency. So one way I would remedy this, if I absolutely had to, let's get underneath here. What do we got? Ammo controller. Small fuel tank docking pad. This is a container extension. We would have to likely remove a hardened steel block. Let's go ahead. What I would get, let's start at the beginning here, is the basic CPU. Let's make sure that's for... Yeah, this outputs 5,000 extra CPUs. So for this, well... Actually, I guess we can't. Okay, so there is already one placed, so we would have to go up to the next tier. That is unfortunate. So let's trash that. CPU. And this is 2x1 by 1. So now we're talking some real extra space here. Now, I'm trying to decide where I would put it. This, I'm not making any recommendations to anybody as a disclaimer. It would be tough to center it unless we put it where? Yeah, unfortunately, I would want to put it underneath. That's, I know that much. RCS. I don't want to mess with those. What I do want, we would have to sacrifice container extensions. So we would take that, and we would take that. And let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Okay, so yeah, we sacrificed some storage space, but let's see where we're at now. Now we're within 100% compliance. So that's fine. That would have to be the upgrade in the statistics. Yeah, small optronic bridge. That would really up the cost here, but again, a lot of carbon substrate. That's mostly what it's made of. Silicon, a lot of titanium ingots, which again, if you were using the factory, it wouldn't be a big problem. Just, you know, you could get that off of a single large salvage. So really not crazy expensive at all. I actually rather enjoy this one. It's at unlock level 12. And let's go ahead and see here. It can hold quite a bit of ammunition, which I'm kind of impressed with. Container controller. With modification, it can hold 2,400. And I do want to mass test it, actually, to see how much weight it can carry. And of course the mini fridge. So again, this thing is designed, it's like a quick strike hover tank. Very light hover tank. Ooh, get out of here. I don't like you. Let's see how she does. Alright. Uh-oh. Natives are restless. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, well, before we do the fighting, actually, because this thing does not have shields, if I recall, right? Yeah, no shields. It's left to right action, good. It's pretty crisp. It can get up to 31 meters a second. And, you know, this thing not having shields would be great because you could circle your targets. With the extra RCSs and the thruster placement, you know, if you could keep your target centered, let's say that rock, you would have a great time maneuvering around it. Getting up and down, yep, reverse direction, and just plink and plonk it all day long. That would be great. So I am pleased with that. I do like that. For an early light tank, this would be it. Now let's give it a mass test. If you absolutely had to carry some heavy stuff. Let's go to container controller. Yeah, let's do this. Can you carry that? That's 9.4 tons, and we're going towards the ground. Can you carry that? Okay, that's almost all the volume, and we're at 16.5 tons. And we are feeling it, but check it out. It still has good maneuverability. So if you had to, let's say this is a light tank, let's see you hit a small POI, you could, within reason, loot some pretty heavy stuff out of it, including devices, if you found it. So I am pleased with that. In fact, that is exactly what we're going to do. Let's take this thing up against, let me make sure. Yeah, we'll head down here to the graveyard, and let's see about taking on that POI again. Let's reload. Lock and load, boys. Yep. This thing handles hills like a champ. I like it. So you can do the floating incoming thing of death. Okay, there's the convoy, and there's the missile base. So, I would add a detector, guys. This thing has no detector. One weak point. Major criticism. I can't bling my blonger, and I'm unhappy about that. Okay, it's not hitting this laser turret. Ow. Use your maneuver, Mike. Let the turrets do the work. Let the turrets do the work. So, this Ice Storm defense that should be attacking this thing should be attacking this. And it's not. Come on, guys. Come on. What is going on here? Oh, we're being hit. We're being hit. Looks like we downed a drone. Am I right? Yep. Oh, come on. Why? This thing has a real problem attacking POIs. I'm not sure why. Look, our mobile defense outpost is still firing at people. Oh, I love it. We've invaded this place. Oh, there goes the front left. Oh, come on, come on. Gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. Oh, not good. This is gonna be harder than I thought. Much harder. Come on, can you guys at least take that? What is going on with the turrets? Seriously, what is going on with the turrets? Creatures, drones, troop transports, and players. Yes, all of these things. Attack. Attack. And you're not attacking. So let's just say, for shits and giggles, that I got up to this thing. And what I would do, honestly, with these defenses, I think your best bet is just to fly up to the side of it and get in a position where it can't hit you, but that it can also fire back at drones. Say if we just kind of tuck right in there, these things can't get us. And I would think, is this thing dead? It must be. It must be, so yeah. Because I'm not taking these things down at all. Okay. Let's just say I burrowed underneath and said, ha ha ha, here I come, guys. With a whole lot of kablammies. Let's go ahead and see. This is all on one block, I believe. Assuming I could get in here. And actually, I should place them one at a time, which is more time consuming, but if you place a bunch of them and they blow each other up, it does less damage. So, it's a less efficient use of that kablammy. And you know, I like my... Oh, come on, what do we got here? Okay, yeah, let's just say... Boom, I made it in. And I have to blow through another thing. So even coming up through the bottom, guys, would be extraordinarily time-consuming, when I could have just used the door right here all along. Hello? 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 Okay, well, I'm not gonna spoil this thing. I don't... Hey, you! I'm not gonna spoil this thing for us, because I want them to be fresh. I shouldn't be doing this, but just wanted to demonstrate, kind of working things out on my own here, how I would go about this. And this convoy... Man, you're getting plinked. What is with this convoy? I guess I will have to find out. I'm not going to spoil it now, but oh my god, is it well guarded. So, guys, that is the HV trials. The last two, the Purg HV and the RDV Hover, great starter to mid-game vessels, which I believe I am probably going to end up using. But again, it's all situational dependent. I could, you know, depends on where we end up. I could be in a situation where it doesn't make sense to use those, or maybe some other submissions would be more efficient and more effective for us to use. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm having a lot of fun with these field trials, testing out and getting your ships destroyed. Next, and the biggest, is the CV. The CV field trials. There are a ton of submissions for CVs, guys. I'm trying to get through them all before I record it. I did the HV video because I want to make sure that whatever CV we choose can also fit or somehow attach the HVs that I've chosen this episode. But keep the suggestions coming. Thank you all again for everybody who's followed me on, well, this short series so far, but the channel in general. I really do appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next field trial. Mike Tannick, out.